Hi guys, and welcome back to 20th Century Dude. Some of you saw my previous video about an idea for a possible Nintendo Cinematic Universe, and you have definitely put more thought into it than I ever did. Perhaps someday you guys can be the creative visionaries who put this into motion. Anyway, I made this video after something that came to my attention, and quite randomly I might add, during one of my classes, and that is, where the heck is the Minecraft movie? I know, it's so random, but it's something that I think was supposed to happen for years. I've heard about a possible Minecraft movie all the way back in 2014, and yet it's 2022 and it's still not here. It's the same kind of problem with Five Nights at Freddy's, which I'm also pretty sure we were supposed to get a movie adaptation by now, but that's a discussion for another time. After all, the Minecraft game was made all the way back in 2009, and of course it didn't get major popular until a few years later, and yet, due to its big success, it has no follow-up movie. Honestly though, if you looked up production hell in a dictionary, you'd probably find the movie in there. Okay, so I'm going to briefly find some remnant of production history so we could find out what's wrong. Right, in 2012, Mojang received offers from Hollywood producers who wanted to produce Minecraft-related TV shows. However, Mojang stated that they would only engage in such projects when the right idea comes along. By February 2014, Pearson revealed that Mojang was in talks with Warner Bros. Pictures regarding a Minecraft film, and by that October, it was in its earliest days of development. The film was scheduled for release on May 24, 2019, and was going to be directed by Sean Levy and written by Jason Fuchs, I think that's pronounced. Levy later dropped out and was replaced by Rob McElhaney. I'm sorry, can't get these names right. In August 2018, McElhaney left the film, and Fuchs was replaced with Aaron and Adam Nee, resulting in its release date getting delayed. According to McElhaney, he had been drawn to the film based on the open world nature of the game, an idea Warner Brothers had initially been in agreement with and provided him with a preliminary $150 million budget for. In 2016, early production started on the film, including having had Steve Carell contracted to star. At that time, Warner Brothers Pictures CEO Greg Silverman stepped down and was replaced by Toby Emmerich, who had a different vision for the studio. McElhaney's Minecraft movie slowly died on the vine, and he eventually departed from the film. In January 2019, Peter Sollett was announced to write and direct the film, featuring a whole different story from McElhaney's version. The film was scheduled to be released in theaters on March 4th, 2022. However, due to the ongoing COVID pandemic, Warner Brothers removed the film from the release schedule, and a new release date has not yet been announced. Well, this certainly has been problematic. I'm just glad we're not getting anything live action, because that kind of ruins the point of Minecraft. Just let it be 3D animated and match the game. But honestly though, I'm kind of wondering how hard it is to come up with a decent plot and why we haven't had anything off the ground yet. I mean, suppose you were to do an entire series of movies, maybe a tie-in show or something, you would have to start pretty basic, especially if there are people in the audience who haven't played the game. I mean, most of the audience will be video game people, predominantly Minecraft fans, but it should start with an easy story. And I said this about my idea for a Nintendo Cinematic Universe. You don't want to go into the first Super Smash Bros. Movie with the entire roster from Ultimate. That just won't work. But yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to come up with a screenplay. And this is a movie we should have had years ago, like a 2018 or 2019 summer release or something like that. And definitely there would have been a lot of people who would have flocked to the theater to see it. It's been about 13 years since the game's inception, and yet we still don't have a movie. As disastrous as it was, the original Super Mario Bros. Movie was released, 7 or 8 years after the original game. But anyway, here would be my take on the first Minecraft movie. The film opens with the main protagonist, Steve, lying down in the bright sun, in the middle of nowhere. He's not sure why he's there and doesn't remember who he is, but decides to try to find some civilization. But after a long travel, he collapses to the ground, doomed to die, before a villager citizen finds him and tends to him. He awakens in a village, surrounded by tall mountains and a forest that stretches for miles. An old villager asks Steve who he is and how he came about near the village, but yet Steve does not know. The other villagers look at him in awe, welcoming him to their civilization, until suddenly, a pillager raiding clan sweeps through the village, killing some of the people. The old man asks if Steve can help defend the village against the pillagers, but Steve cannot, as he does not know how to fight. The main protagonist and a few villagers travel to a nearby town with non-villager citizens to try to find some warriors. While they don't find additional reinforcements, he does learn how to fight and actually stumbles upon a diamond sword. When they return to the village, it has been taken over by pillagers, and a brawling battle takes place. Steve fights against the pillager chief, who reveals himself to have killed the elder villager who helped Steve, and is eventually defeated. The rogue pillager clan is dead, although with a price, as only a few villagers remain to fix their homes. The film ends with Steve and two other villagers leaving to explore the world, striving to help others that come their way and to find his identity of who he really is and where he came from. However, what they don't realize is that the other pillager clans will eventually come for them, but the rising warrior will be ready. I came up with that in the span of 3 hours. It's a simple screenplay outline. It's just a rough idea, I guess, and honestly, I don't see why it would be so hard to come up with that. I know that maybe some fans may not want a Minecraft movie after all, because it ruins the idea that you can create a story for yourself, that the real journey in the story is the one that you take along the way. The story you make for yourself is the game that you play. But ironically, that's how I want this movie to end, to carry those themes, and that's why Steve travels the world. The pillager clans will be back for them, and there will be many monsters and mobs and threats along the way, including the discovery of another portal. But this will be one of many stories for many Minecrafters. The character of Alex will eventually show up, Steve will soon get a dog companion, and the journey into the end will arrive into the far future of his character journey. This is a movie I think I would personally want to see. Of course, yes, it's a rough idea, but a welcome one to be sure. I honestly think it's better than what we would get if they adapted the Minecraft story mode game into a movie, because I don't think I'd want to see that. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great day, fellow Minecrafters.